Hi, Jyotsna.
One second. Yeah. Mm,
So we'll just start with the questions since I'll be recording the video separately
yes.
and
Sure.
we'll give a pause of like say 2 minutes and then we'll start.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. How are you feeling otherwise? I'm just giving you random questions right now just to bring you into the flow of the conversation. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. It's the end of the year. I'm feeling grateful for what I've done throughout the year. And
Mhm.
I'm feeling all Christmassy and vacationing.
Right. So how has your day been so far?
Awesome. So from morning, I've been getting ready to pack bags for a vacation. So I'm looking forward to it.
Ah, nice, nice. Jyotsna, you've built an impressive career in cybersecurity, right? And was there a particular moment when you realized the impact of power dressing, or rather dressing, intentionally for your profession? And how did that shape your approach to your career?
So So, Divya, to be very frank with you, when I started my career, that is way back in 2001, I was not aware and I was not particular of how I dressed to office. So it was at that point in time during my second year of my career is when my boss gifted me a book, How to Grow Your Backbone in Office. In that book is where was this one section. It said, you need to dress to according to whatever position you want to grow into. So I did change um, the way I went to office, be it crisp dresses, iron dresses, or powerful statements whenever I had to make any presentations. It has had a drastic positive impact in my career.
Right. So in a field like cybersecurity, where technical skills are pretty much very paramount, how important do you think presence is? The word presence, right?
Mhm.
It basically reflects a lot upon how you dress. So how important it is, and how does that relate to how you present yourself always in all your meetings and otherwise as well?
But one thing I always feel is people notice you first by the presence you give. So people notice the attire, the style. It's like in a food industry, they say you feast through your eyes, smell, and later the taste. It's similarly when they see you, that's when they get the first impression. And in order to be heard and seen, we need to look powerful and strong. Dressing does make a lot of difference there.
Of course, it does. So, you are a champion of saris. We have actually seen your profile, and then, we've seen your social media, and we've always seen you rocking in saris at your workplace. How do you think brands like ours, Power Sutra, can empower women by providing modern and versatile formal wear options? And specifically that are catering to professional settings, right? I mean, we cater to professional wear. How do you think, it plays a role?
Uh, Power dressing helps to boost our confidence. If we feel powerful inside, is when you can show the power outside. So I feel that in a formal setting, the more powerful and strongly you dress, be it any colors or even any attire, even saris has some kind of, uh, there are few of the drapes which makes you look powerful. Uh,
Correct.
I also feel that if we have to walk around throughout the day and if there are conferences, a blazer set or a dress which looks very chic and crisp gives the very, very vibe of a very powerful lady. I feel it totally boosts the confidence.
And we spotted you wearing Power Sutra at one of our conferences, right? How did it make you feel?
I was a panelist in Grace Hopper Convention 2024, and I had to roam around the whole day in an attire, and that's the reason I chose Power Sutra, and it was very easy breezy. I felt very comfortable. Not only did I look powerful and felt confident, it was easy for me to carry this attire throughout the day. And I felt very confident. I got a lot of good feedback and remarks that, "Oh, I love the way you've dressed." And it has been a very, very pleasant and wonderful experience for me.
Right. We're glad to know that. And, we already always appreciate when we receive feedbacks, genuine feedbacks for us, for our brand, right?
Mhm.
So this has been one, and we are really, really glad that you could make the most out of your experience with Power Sutra.
Thank you.
So, popping up another question your way. Many women struggle to find a balance between, how they can express their personal style and still adhere to professional dress codes, right? How have you navigated this throughout your career? I mean, what advice would you want to give out to those women who want to feel confident, express through their attire, and, work authentically through their career?
Got it. Got it. What I always try to propagate is a woman to stay in their style or in their comfort zone. So, for example, usually for formals are always portrayed as black, white, blue. No, you can always wear elements like your element. Like I love wearing skirts, and I love wearing even dresses. And even some of the off colors, like pastel colors or bright colors, eh, they are included in my formal wardrobes, making my days bright.
Got it. So, what advice exactly would you like to give out to them? How can they amp up their dressing?
So what I was trying to say is that um, if you have a particular style, you don't have to navigate too away from what your core element is. So
Okay.
what I was trying to say is like I like bright colors, so I have bright blazers, bright dresses, but doesn't mean that I have to leave what is my core element. So similarly, if you love a lot of blue shades or a lot of purple shades, stay in your element. Stay what your core element or what you look forward to wearing, because you don't want to wear something that's not your style and just take it forward and drag it through the day.
Agreed. Agreed. I mean, that comfort level never comes across, whenever you are not in your element, right?
Exactly.
Right. So, coming up, here is the next question. You have mentioned the importance of communication and cybersecurity, right?
Mhm.
How does your clothing contribute to your communication style, and how do you project yourself in front of your team or when you're leading a technical conference or you're giving out any technical information? Why do you think power dressing plays a major role in communication as well? Just to sum it up.
Uh, actually, whenever we are communicating, the first communication that you do is your visual communication. Have I dressed well, like a crisp ironed look? They always speak volumes than you what technical content you actually give. Even before that, there's a prejudgment that's already done when you walk into a room. You want to walk into a room uh, showing that you have your act together, you're looking powerful. All of this can be done by your power dressing. That itself takes you half notch and brings that attentiveness in the audience, be it your team members, be it a board of directors, or any other conference or meetings.
Right, agreed. So, as a leader in your field, how do you think your personal brand, basically including your style or, how you dress, how does that influence others? And how does it help you, when you're talking? How do you think they are perceiving you, your expertise, your leadership skills? How does that, that very way impact their perception of you?
Okay, so as I said earlier, um, my own style and personal brand shows that I'm serious about whatever I'm talking, discussing, or the projects that I'm bringing on the board. So this kind of seriousness is shown when I am dressed accordingly. That itself boosts my confidence, and it shows on my body. And it also, uh, the same idea is communicated to the person who is pursuing that idea. That's the person. Like if I'm bringing a very strong project and I'm proposing a project, the person who is receiving also would get the same the idea. When I come across confident, when I know what I am doing, and all of this partially or to great extent is shown by the way I dress. So
Right.
if I'm not dressed well, that it will show. I mean, I feel that um, it's not. It will show that I'm not serious about why am I here.
True, true that. We
So
completely agree to.
yeah, so it's quite natural that you want to dress strong, portray a strong image, portray a powerful image, and also show that you got your act together.
Right. Now that, we are talking about getting your act together and, how things turn out when you are dressed powerfully,
Mhm.
what have been some of the biggest challenges you've faced in your career, and how has your sense of style evolved over that period? How self-presentation, how your sense of style has actually helped you overcome those challenges.
So there was this point in my career when I was proposing a project and to a board of important people there, and I was supposed to give series of presentations. The first day, as I was quite nervous, and I thought I my content is very strong and that's enough, and I presented that on the first day. When I saw it's not necessarily a written feedback, but we can see the feedback on the table itself. It was not what I was expecting. So the next day, I felt I need to go in a more powerfully dressed, go strong, and that of course boosted my confidence too. On the second day series of presentation, I found a lot of difference. People were receptive to what I was talking about, and they were asking the right questions, and looks like I was projecting the right ideas. And of course, on the third day, I landed the project.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, I think that gives out a very loud and clear message out to all the women there, right?
Definitely. Because
So,
you see,
yeah,
I have noticed at least a lot of my colleagues' career peers. Once you're a mom, you have a lot of things you're doing going on, a lot of things you're doing for your kids and getting them ready, cooking, a lot of stuff. There's hardly any time you're spending on personal grooming and your own style.
right. And I think that's something which is very, very important and very essential to do.
True.
So, yeah. Agreed. So, looking back at your career journey, what advice would you give your younger self about the importance of dressing? Had you been very young right now, what would have you, said to yourself about the role of how you dress?
Um, as I had told earlier, in my initial career time, I was not very particular, or rather, I had not learned yet. These are small tips and tricks of making yourself seen and heard, especially. still the corporate world is a world of man. If you, in a world of men,
Right.
if you want to project yourself strong and powerful, dressing makes a huge difference.
True, true that. And how do you see the concept of power dressing evolving in the future, and especially for women who are there in the corporate world and in technology and leadership roles, specifically to, cyber security or any other technical field?
I'm noticing that women are getting better at showing their style and branding themselves using power dressing as one of the important tools. Another thing is power dressing does leave a good impression to stakeholders, no matter what level of career we are in.
Agreed, agreed. Okay, and this is the last question. We won't bug you further,
No
but
worries.
what role do you think social media plays in shaping perceptions of professional attire and empowering women to embrace their individual selves? Because you have been a very strong advocate on social media of how you dress and how you style yourself. We really wanted to ask you this question.
I would say that earlier women did not have enough resource to know what options are available and even where to buy some of them. But with the
Right.
social media, one can know the options and one can know the varieties of styles that are available, and also according to their budgets and places to buy. And even online, we can find a lot of you know these dress and styles, and the links to them are all available in social media.
Okay.
Usually what happens is people follow a person or an influencer with whom they can relate to. A woman can relate to a certain sense of style, or a certain sense of characteristics that they can relate to. And so the social media has brought about like a typical style and characteristics of power dressing. So if you see, if I wanted to, I follow a couple of influencers, and I know where to get what, and I know what's a new trending thing. So this is all thanks to social media.
Right. Thank you so much. And, it was a lovely conversation that we had, and we have received like so many insights, and we really look forward to interacting with you again. And thank you for your time. And I just hope that you are always, always associated with us. And yes, a strong advocate of, power dressing and power sutra.
Thank you
We're
so
so glad we
much.
could we could have this conversation.
Thank you, Divya. It was a really wonderful opportunity for me also to spread the idea of power dressing, which I think every woman in corporate needs to know, that to be heard and seen, power dressing really, pushes it to the next notch.
Right, right. All
Thank,
right. Thank you, Jyotsna. Thank
thank
you.
you. Bye.